So, anyway, it's so much and so many years. I think doing more research, I found a group I might join. Even for me, even if the gang stalks, because once before, I did try to contact someone who had a phone number listed about uh, maybe a support group for TIs. It's about 3 or 4 years ago. And it for us, I think, or at least for me, it's really easy to tell that they're not what they say they are. Cause just like anything, and that's why I can't I can't really comprehend the level of stupidity. Basically, it's like the best analogy is if your significant other is cheating, and the reason I use this analogy is basically you had to be snooping to find out, or your child could be your child is doing something, you had to go snooping to find out, and really you don't want to say anything because you were snooping, you were wrong in a normal system. But these people that have no problem. So again, when I contact this person, like I said, the perps, what they usually do with me, like I said, since I'm, I guess, stable and well off, not well off, nowhere near, nowhere, wrong words. Uh, basically, um, they try to make everything, my fault. Well, actually, that's what they would do for anybody, regardless. Even if they're living on the streets, they make it your fault. And they said some things that immediately, is red flag. Like, how would you notice? I just called you. I found your number on a Facebook page 2 minutes ago, and I called you. It's years ago. I don't even remember exactly what they said, but it's like, how in the fuck would you? I didn't even say anything, and it didn't. It was an old lady, old woman. You could tell, and they definitely could tell. And it's like, okay, never called that number again because it's like useless. So anyway, I found another group with recent posts all the way up to this month, 2019. So I'll join, find out what's that about. Like I said, I'll automatically know. Either way, I'll get messages to let me know, because they can't. It's like they can't help it. It'll be messages on comments I made on. You heard little buddy, the Mexican right there. He just coughed, and it's funny, hilarious. It'll be. Did you see his eyes peek up? You can say, well, it's just because he's working. Nah, I work. Places I don't peek up. If I look at a person, I'll definitely look at them, even though I'm the one working. Because I work through the temp service. I've done stuff, maybe not landscaping, but it's site I was at a couple of months ago where you're inside of a community, a housing community, expensive houses, and had no problem looking at the folks. They telling us, make sure you don't park at this spot, in there. We was digging, burying the conduit, electrical conduit, and so we uh anyway, long. What was I talking about? Oh, they'll like I said, it'll show if this group isn't real or not. I'll let y'all know. But so anyway, long story short, one thing I also forgot to tell you, I was shot. I didn't shoot at them. I was not shot. He didn't hit me. About 4 years ago, I got a police report. So if you say, well, why'd you call the police? Yada, yada, yada. First of all, I don't go with all that. I still suspicious of all this shooting of unarmed black men. I'm not as far as going to some of the like Sandy Hook conspiracy theories that all this is, paid actors and fake. But why? Because I had a lot of dealings because there's been some where supposedly the person called the police. There's one where supposedly two black females had to call the police on a neighbor, and he didn't shoot her, but he ended up handling her roughly. And from what I seen that time, actually, she was definitely right. They did try to explain. This was recent. if that's actually real. But with some of us is like, oh, it's just to sow discord and you know start a race war, and they're doing it on purpose. But that one is like, yeah, that guy. I'm not gonna go into it. Maybe later, but so like I said, I'm coming home and this guy just jumps up. This is about maybe 2014. Total stranger. I'm not even from here, and I only had been in that apartment a while, maybe less than a year. And he just, got your ass, something like he's some gangster shit. That's what she said, you know. But I'm like, what? Then he just pops off. Yeah, since I was like, it would be like from right here. I parked right here. It wasn't this complex, but that's how close I was. You park in front of your door, and I lived on the bottom floor. So yeah, I took off. I think though, I'm not bragging, but I guess he tell the way I took off. I didn't take off. I guess he think I was going to get my shit because he took off. But the reason I called the police was because he hit one of my neighbor's cars and took out they back window. And like, so this is undocumented. This is documented that a total stranger just shot at me at my complex. I wasn't into it with nobody. I didn't know nobody for real. So he totally missed, hit the building, and also took out somebody's window. And like I said, I've had plenty of dealings with police in recent years, and it's nothing like all these, body cam footage showing. And I mean, matter of fact, I asked the guy, his white cop, hey, you want me to go upstairs and, tell the guy his car window? Because I'm like, he gonna come downstairs and his window busted. I think the bullet went in his dashboard. So there's a bullet. I mean, I don't know who it was, give them my testimony, and they believe me, because that's all it really only took. They was only there 20 minutes. It's like nothing to do. They didn't investigate, nothing. Wasn't nothing to investigate. But, like I said, it was 14, like a year or two before I found out what was really going on. But I guess, so yeah, some of these guys do be breaking the rules. That's what I'm talking about. And another incident in the same apartment about a year later from that 2014 incident, I was in the parking lot. It was a Friday night. I didn't go out. I don't go out because of, them. The gang stalkers, like anybody I meet, it's not going to be real. It's going to be another stalker that, or either someone easily converted. So I'll walk to the store it was across the street. So it was literally like 5 minutes the whole trip to go in the store and come back. I'll be home in 5 minutes, play PlayStation, So anyway, at that time, I had been using my headphones to drown them out. And also, I got my headphones on, so it looks like I'm talking to somebody on the phone. But yeah, I'm talking because I knew as soon as I got close to the door, that I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know about entry, exit. I didn't know about gang stalking. And sure enough, it was like four younger than me, right? In their 20s, two couples, black, good looking couple, both, all of them, As soon as I get close to the door, they park and they're walking, time it so we get to the door at the same time. So I start talking shit, and I guess the dude know I'm talking. One of the dudes know I'm talking to them, and as usual, and it's late. It's about 10 o'clock, right? So was nobody in there. So yeah, we as usual we end up checking out at the same time, leaving, and as I'm walking, like I said, I walk to the store. It's across the street. They get in their car. The driver, he pulls up, rolls up on me. He doesn't park in a parking spot. So I drop everything I got in my hand because first of all, it had really nothing to do with whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not one of those, oh, I'm a tough guy because where I'm from, but basically it is. That's how I won't say been trained. That type of training is not military training, but it's basically from what you saw and been through. So I automatically, what the fuck? And he hops out and he just starts saying shit like, what in the, that you could not know, that nobody, unless he was totally crazy, just spouting shit. Oh, you're disrespectful to women, yada yada yada. And once I found out in 2016, found out, and I think I explained to y'all how I found out this shit. A lot of people that get put on there, you had some kind of beef with a woman, and And at that time, yeah, I might have had problems with, just like regular arguments, but it goes that some of these you get put on this program. But I think I've been on it. I know for a fact for decades. But and he's just disrespectful with us. Blah, blah, blah. Like he don't teach me these two young bucks, right? And I just dropped my shit, turned to him. I don't have proof of this, but I guess if something would have happened, I would have killed the little boy. And yeah, really, I could have, but um, because I didn't have, but anyway, I had something, and I don't think he knew he expecting to fight, and it wouldn't been no sorry. That, like I said, where I'm from, different rules, and they'll bring a knife to a gunfight and all types of shit, right? So it's 10 o'clock at night. It's four of them, but it's two girls, two guys. I ain't worried about the girls. It looks familiar, almost like high school, but for me that would have been years ago. But it's like, whatever, man. Finally, I guess they see. I don't know. They see. Maybe, I don't know what they see, but finally, the other one, he's still talking, wanting to do something. But like as normal, it's plenty of times. It hasn't happened recently, but they've been trying to, provoke me, and I have proof because usually it's somewhere where cameras are. But they'll talk, but they'll never jump. And I'm not. No, I know this is totally. That's another reason how you're like something's going on. This got to be too fake. But when you thought it was just you yourself, and you couldn't understand, you're like, but that's impossible. But it's like how all these dudes just punking out, talking shit, but won't do anything, won't jump. People are sneaky. People, all types of shit, but they won't. It's like they're under some kind of rule or control where they couldn't do it. But if I would have, but I wasn't worried about, getting at the wrong dude and he whooped my ass. What I'm worried about, because like I said, it was always in public. I don't want to go to fucking jail, even if it was just for a couple of hours and they let me out on my own recognizance. I don't want my name being known like that. I'm too old, Seriously, I'm like, nah, I'm not in high school, dude. That's embarrassing, really. What happened? You gotta explain why I got into a fight with a stranger. Like, well, how old are you, 12? 18? What is this? Friday night at the football game? But, so anyway, but this dude, yeah, I really did think I did let that dude off because I could, I've been in school, whatever. But so I know the law a little bit more than I think this dude did, you know. And like, first of all, if doing the investigation afterwards, it would have came out, they probably didn't have anything. But how would I know that? It's 10 o'clock. It's dark. He pulled up. Instead of like parking right there, he pulls up, straight and just hops out. Him and the other dude hop out the car. What the fuck? What the fuck, nigga? Shit. That would have right there would have been enough. And so the girls start yelling, "Get back in the car! Get back!" It's like, yeah, man, get back. Listen, then the homeboy, get back in the car, man. It's like, yeah, listen to your folks. Get back in the car. It's Friday night. Y'all stopped at the little supermarket. You and your homeboy, both of y'all got two girls in the car, but you want to get out and mess with a dude that you don't even know? Come on now. What the hell type of shit is that? So I think he was a gang stalker, but maybe he really didn't know what the program. Maybe he was new. It's like, who in the fuck would do that? It's like, yeah, bro, little bro, just get your ass in the car, man. Go on about your fucking. You really don't want this. I know y'all hear that. But this isn't a movie. Y'all like to say this isn't a movie with guys like us. No, and where is it? If you don't know what we talk about, like, no, this isn't. We know for a fact we done it. This isn't the movie. This isn't the hero comes along and saves you, and we, the wannabe tough guy, gets hurt. No, really what turns out is what you see on the news. That motherfucker dead. But I ain't going to jail like that, going out like that. So, man, take your ass on. And yeah, they left. So at the time I didn't know, but I knew something. So like I said, that's how I started talking shit when we was on the way into the store. Because I knew as I'm walking, somebody's gonna pull up because it's Friday night. They've been playing the PlayStation, and I didn't know who. Like I said, it's cough. 20 somethings, two guys, two girls. Like, bro, you get your homies, your girls, and you want to stop and fight. It's 10 o'clock. I guess y'all went in there to buy something to drink or whatever before y'all go wherever y'all going or whatever you're gonna do with some food. But it's a supermarket. But you want to fight? That's high school shit. And like, bro, this ain't finna be no fight. You going bye-bye for good. So, no, it's not a brag. This is true fucking story. That's why, like I said, when I tried to tell the gang stalkers, motherfucker, when I'm laughing, it's not something where you want to be. You might want to just go. If I'm laughing, it's not no creepy crazy guy joker laughs, crazy criminal knows like shit that I've been through. And the other guys, like I said, I could tell because they'll start, you can tell it's a hearty laugh. It's a real laugh. We'll all just start busting out. There might be somebody I just met because I tell he been through that shit before. It might even be a gang stalker, but I could tell he knows what I'm talking about. And we'll just share a laugh. So I was like, nah, bro, you really just need to go on about with you and your girl's homeboy. But anyway, so what really reason, if you get this far into the video, what they're doing now is, I guess they're having to switch because I made some comments, right? Because I still go on other videos like regular people, the Steve Harvey thing, right? And so you got all the black people, and like I said, it's so deep, you can, how is it deep? All this about the divide and dividing within the race, so you got this is karma because Steve Harvey said this and that, and I'm like, I didn't say anything about Steve, could care less, right? Never liked him since the 90s. That's just my opinion, since he was on Showtime. So I really didn't care, good or bad. But it's just this, I had been thought of this. Like the karma t-shirt, the karma is a bitch. And you got Christians who say that, especially in the South. The black folks, y'all Christian, your grandma, your great-grandma, your son, this, blah, 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 blah. You got people making videos, oh, karma, God, you don't play with God. It's like, no, man, you're the one who's playing with God. Basically, that's the way it is. So now it's a competition about, again, that means you're not into God because you're making it a competition. Your feelings are hurt. Like, who knows more? This is not a show-off thing because all I wrote was the truth on a comment that there's no such thing as karma if you believe in Jesus and God. All right, and what did he say in the Old Testament? No God, thou shalt have no gods other than me. So that means you're taking something from Buddhism, which, hey, we know what America is. I believe in separation of church and state. Freedom of religion and from religion. So you're what people don't know is the from part, meaning he can't force a religion. Okay, so that's why I think it's good no matter what religion. So yeah, that's why you can have all these Fruit Loop religions and other denominations and Muslims, because you don't want any of them forced on you. So that part. But anyway, if you're a believer in one religion, you can't mix them. And it's because of slang, and in the last 20 years where they made karma, and really, I ain't blaming women, but it's mostly a women thing. Karma's a bitch. Yada, yada, yada. There's no such thing as karma, bro, y'all, because y'all trying to act like y'all so good. So now it's a competition of being good. That again tells me that you really haven't read the Bible and you don't understand. It's not who can be the best, who can be the goodest. That's basically works. You're trying to work works versus faith. Faith without works is dead, I understand, but all you're doing is trying to work your way, doing good deeds, and basically, even if it was true, your deeds are void, null and void, because it's a setup. It's fake, and there's no way you can have a true testimony that y'all orchestrated and caught, me doing, as the show, like me walking past you, and it's like, oh, see, told you he wasn't no good. No, because I know you're a gang stalker. I know. So no, it doesn't affect my record, if that's what it's called, a soul, because it's a fake. It's a setup. It's like if I come outside and your car, you're sitting up there jacking your car up, and and I don't help. It's raining or something like that, or whatever. No, I know it's a setup, and I ain't even worried about like some of the setups we know from the hood. that it's fake and it's really a setup. Some niggas gonna jump out with some gauges and AKs and street sweepers. No, I ain't even worried about that, but I just know it's fake because I just left from the store and they just got a little piece of trash that was supposed to be some kind of representing superstition. So it doesn't matter. Your shit is bullshit. You're stupid. You're a dumb bitch, male and female, if you're part of this shit. And it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. And no, it's not about my ego. Basically, it's just you won't read. And if you don't want to read and learn for yourself, then leave me the fuck alone. Don't argue with me with that bullshit. Not because I know so much, but because there's no way a fucking round it. There's nothing you can do. You can what? Try to rewrite it yourself, but there's no way to interpret it. No other way. So your fake ass goddamn setup scenario is just bullshit. So no, it doesn't affect me. Oh, you did. It's like that show with that guy John Quinez. He has it on NBC. What would you do? He can do that because it's just for a TV show. I've seen one episode. He had a woman as usual. She's the actress, and she's in New York, and then they get at the hot dog cart, and she's getting berated by other men, and they got so basically. I think there's some fuck shit as a man for him to do, any race. He has, I guess, maybe guys dressed as construction workers, and there's a white chick, and she's an actress, and the other guy, all of them are actors, but they're setting up a couple of poor people just for this guy's show called What Would You Do? I guess it's supposed to be a doctor about society and how, and it's like, no, that's some foul shit, man. This show is fucked up because, first of all, basically they wanted to see who would say something about to the other guys, to total strangers, about the girl getting harassed, which is the whole thing was fake. All of them were actors, and they got hidden cameras. So basically, and I think most of the time nobody said anything. And it's like, this is 28, whatever it is. She might be a 16 show. 2016, shit, the motherfucker might be scared he gonna get shot or whatever. I'm sorry, bitch. Seriously. Shivery, somebody should have said something. It's like, no, you don't know what's on that dude's mind. He's okay, well, she can protect herself. She got a cell phone if it feel that bad. Hello, police, 911. If she could leave or she could slap him, but whatever, man. You can say whatever. Oh, you coward. No, ain't nobody getting shot over. Whatever. But the point is, the whole thing was fake. So that's the point. Okay. So for them, you might say, well, since it's a TV show, it might embarrass or shame the people into changing their behavior, but it's like, no, because that's fake. And most of us will be like, this shit don't happen in real life. When the last time I never seen nobody getting harassed? All my decades, I've been to New York, California, this and that. I ain't never seen nobody that couldn't handle it, a female. I've never seen shit get out of hand. Like that show was trying to make it, just maybe I don't know. I haven't seen it, and yeah, because one of the reasons you're stalking me, right? Because I be everywhere. So yeah, I do have an opinion. You can't have it both ways. I be everywhere or I don't. So you can say, well, you don't. Maybe you just didn't see it. But no, one of your reasons for stalking me, because you had your gang stalker said, is I be everywhere. So if I be everywhere, I do see a lot, right? All right, then you can't have it both ways. You could argue the logic, but these are your own words. All right, so you can't have it both ways. You can't. That'll be like I said. That's the main thing. They could dish it, but they can't take it because I'm guessing, not guessing, because the way the program is supposed to work is, the person is not supposed to know. And so, like I said, now I've known for a fact what's going on for now that's 16, that's 3 years, right? And so, like I said, a lot of them, their ego get bruised, and it's like, I'm not supposed to be here or do something or go something, and they're getting mad, and, like I said, that's one of my reasons for making the tapes or the videos, because they're antagonizing. And like with the one I just said with the starting of the video, it's 2 instances they actually did take it that far. Like I said, one, he shot at me and I got proof. I called the police, so there's an incident report. The other one, nothing happened. I give myself a pat on the back for not somebody's mama having them bury their child. So uh, I, I will actually uh, go out of character and pat myself on the back for that one. You're welcome, little buddy. But it's been 3 years. It might be a dad by now, or it might have been a dad. So hey, you involved with this stupid shit. He should have known better than because like I said, I explain to everybody all the time why I don't have too much sympathy, whether it's gang stalking related or not, for these teenagers getting in trouble. It's like talking to people that I've been known. We knew consequences back then. So what I mean by that, you knew legal consequences. I don't care if you was in high school, middle school. So y'all doing all these stupid shits, male and female, but and then people want to come. Oh, they're just so young. They don't know. It's like, nah, you got to remember, our generation was pretty turbulent too, in the 90s and early 90s and late 80s. And I knew not just about what other niggas do to you, but what would happen if you do something to them. Years you get, or even, something you think you might get away with. I knew it, so I don't know what the problem is, why y'all aren't, why these kids, but sometimes I think my generation, because a lot of them are our kids, we somehow maybe gave them too much. You're like, well, what are you talking about? Because like I said, most of my friends, I guess they would be, even though we're from the so-called hood, it's basically they got enough money to where, so and I think this happening around the country, and they don't understand, so they want to be gangsters, but they don't have to be. That's the point. Well, I be like, y'all don't even have to be doing this. You didn't have to do this. You want to do this. You saw it on the TV. You saw it on the radio. And they might think, well, that's what y'all. No, not. We called people out for doing that back then. Even way back then, when it first started making. You hear the songs about it, this and that, and gangster rap, and it's like, nigga, you just doing this. But also, they wasn't. They was already doing it. The song just happened to go with their lifestyle already, which way it was doing already. But y'all, it's impossible to say you're doing it because of you wanted to, because it's been out so long now. It's been everywhere. It's in the mainstream. It's in media. It's in commercials, in movies, TV shows. So there's no way you can say you're real. No, you're not. You come from, even if it's not the suburbs, but you really didn't have to. You just wanted to go out and do this and that. So, but anyway, I got some other things I might be working on that might come to fruition. But, like I said, the thing is, you see what I'm saying? My point. Mexicans, the white dude that just walked by, black people. This is not, so with them, the niggas that be coming at me trying to make it like I'm doing something against black people, you full of shit. You a bootlicking, ass kicking, dick sucking son of a bitch, sellout, and you're not gonna flip it on me. So, first of all, you keep licking your fucking boots and get what's coming to you.